What you're watching right now is a 26,000-pound twin-rotor helicopter being swallowed whole by an airplane, not disassembled, not broken into parts, whole. The CH-47 Chinook, the backbone of battlefield heavy lift, rolling straight into the belly of the largest routinely operated aircraft in the U.S. military arsenal, the C-5 Galaxy. This single aircraft can carry two Chinooks at the same time, but getting them in there, that's not brute force. That's a ballet of engineering, logistics, and precision that most people never see. Today, we're going to walk you through every single step, from mission planning to wheels up, of one of the most impressive logistical feats in military aviation. Let's set the stage. The CH-47 Chinook is, without exaggeration, one of the most important helicopters ever built. It's been in service since the 1960s, and it's still the go-to aircraft when the military needs to move heavy cargo, artillery pieces, vehicles, or dozens of troops into areas where runways don't exist. It can carry up to 28,000 pounds of external load on its triple hook system. It operates in mountains, deserts, jungles, and Arctic environments. But here's the problem. The Chinook has a ferry range of only about 1,200 miles. That's fine for regional operations. But when you need to deploy Chinook units from Fort Liberty, North Carolina to a forward operating base in Eastern Europe, the Middle East, or the Indo-Pacific, you can't just fly them there. The distances are too great. The overwater crossings too dangerous. The wear on airframes too costly. So how do you move a helicopter that's 99 feet long, 18 feet tall, and weighs over 26,000 pounds empty across an ocean? You put it inside an even bigger aircraft. Enter the Lockheed C-5 Galaxy. The C-5 Galaxy is, in a word, massive. Let's talk numbers, because the numbers are almost hard to believe. The cargo compartment alone is 121 feet long, 19 feet wide, and 13.5 feet tall. That's longer than the Wright brothers' first flight. The total cargo volume is over 34,000 cubic feet. The maximum payload capacity is 281,000 pounds. That's over 140 tons. The aircraft itself, when fully loaded, has a maximum takeoff weight of 840,000 pounds. But what truly makes the C-5 special for this mission isn't just its size, it's its design. Unlike most cargo aircraft, the C-5 has both a forward-opening nose visor and rear cargo doors. The entire nose of the aircraft tilts upward 110 degrees, creating a straight drive-through capability. Vehicles and cargo can be loaded from the front, the back, or both simultaneously. The cargo floor sits just 9 feet off the ground, low enough for vehicle ramps, and the floor itself is equipped with a system of rails, rollers, tie-down fittings, and winches that can handle the most complex loads imaginable. The current variant, the C-5M Super Galaxy, features re-engined General Electric CF6-80C 2-turbofans, modernized avionics, and improved reliability. There are 52 C-5Ms currently in the active fleet, operated by Air Mobility Command. But let's get to the main event. How do you actually get a Chinook inside this thing? Long before anyone touches a helicopter, the mission begins in a planning cell, often weeks in advance. Loading a Chinook into a C-5 is categorized as an outsized cargo mission. It requires meticulous load planning. The primary tool used is the Automated Load Planning System, or ALPS, along with technical references like TO1, C-5A-9, the cargo loading manual for the C-5. The load planners have to answer several critical questions. 1. What's the exact configuration of the Chinook being transported? Is it a CH-47F, a Block 2? Does it have modifications that change its dimensions or weight? 2. What's the center of gravity? The C-5 is extremely sensitive to weight distribution. An improperly balanced load can make the aircraft unflyable, or worse. 3. Are we loading one Chinook or two? The C-5 can carry two, but fitting both requires specific configurations and precise positioning nose to tail. 4. What else is going on the aircraft? Chinook deployments include support equipment, rotor blade containers, ground support equipment, toolkits, spare parts, pallets, sometimes even the crew's deployment gear. 5. What's the route? Fuel load affects payload. A transoceanic crossing with aerial refueling allows for heavier cargo than a mission requiring extended range on internal fuel. Every pound, every inch, every tie-down point is accounted for on paper before the physical work begins. Once the load plan is approved, and it has to be signed off by a certified loadmaster, the preparation of the Chinook itself can begin. This is where things get hands-on, and this phase alone can take 12 to 24 hours depending on crew experience and conditions. Preparing a Chinook for C-5 transport is a detailed, checklist-driven process performed by the Chinook's own maintenance team. Step 1. Rotor blade removal. The Chinook has 6 rotor blades, 3 on the forward rotor head and 3 on the aft. Each blade is about 30 feet long. These must be removed and stored in specialized shipping containers called rotor blade boxes. Those containers will also travel inside the C-5. The rotor heads themselves remain attached but are secured and covered. Step 2. The forward pylon fold. The forward pylon, the structure housing the forward transmission and rotor head, can be folded back to reduce overall height. This is essential. The C-5 cargo hold is 13.5 feet tall. A Chinook with pylons fully extended stands over 18 feet. Folding the pylon brings it within the clearance envelope. This involves disconnecting drive shafts, securing hydraulic lines, and carefully lowering the pylon using built-in folding mechanisms. Step 3. Fuel drainage. The Chinook's fuel system must be drained to a minimal safe level, usually just residual fuel. This reduces weight and eliminates the hazard of transporting large quantities of JP-8 inside the cargo hold. Fuel system venting procedures are also performed. Step 4. Securing loose equipment. Every panel, door, access cover, antenna, and piece of mission equipment is either removed, secured, or tied down. Anything that could vibrate loose during flight becomes a projectile hazard. Step 5. Tire pressure checks and landing gear inspection. The Chinook will be rolled into the C-5 on its own wheels. Tire condition and inflation are critical. The front wheel and rear dual wheel configuration must be in perfect shape. Step 6. Weight and balance verification. The actual weight of the prepared Chinook is verified, not estimated. Verified. This figure is fed back to the load planners for final calculations. Step 7. Tow bar attachment and ground handling check. A specialized tow bar is attached for ground maneuvering. The helicopter will be towed by a tug vehicle during loading. Throughout all of this, quality control inspectors verify each step. There's no room for close enough when you're putting an aircraft inside another aircraft. While the Chinook team is doing their prep, the C-5 crew is doing theirs. The C-5 loadmasters, typically 2 to 3 on a mission like this, are the absolute authorities on everything that happens inside that cargo hold. They configure the aircraft for the specific load. The nose visor is raised and the forward cargo door is lowered to form a ramp. If rear loading is also needed, the aft doors open and the aft ramp deploys. The cargo floor's roller and rail system is configured based on the load plan. Tie-down chains, devices, and fittings are pre-positioned at the exact locations where they'll be needed. The loadmasters also verify the aircraft cargo winch system, a powerful cable winch embedded in the cargo floor. It can pull up to 40,000 pounds and is often used to assist in positioning heavy loads. Lighting, communication headsets, safety equipment, all checked. Wing walkers and safety observers are briefed. The ramp approach area is cleared of FOD, foreign object debris. Everything is ready. Now comes the main event. If you've ever parallel parked a car in a space that's barely big enough, multiply that stress by about 1,000. That's what this is. The Chinook is towed by a specialized aircraft tug toward the C-5's nose ramp. The approach angle and alignment are critical. There are only inches of clearance on either side. Wing walkers, ground crew members positioned at key points around both aircraft, provide continuous guidance via hand signals and radio communication. The speed of the load-in is glacial, walking pace or slower. The Chinook is eased up the ramp, its wheels tracking along the reinforced cargo floor. The loadmaster inside the hold has eyes on every potential contact point: the rotor heads, the sponsons, the tail section, the landing gear, calling out clearances in real time: 6 inches left side, 4 inches right side, hold, clear above by 8 inches, continue. If at any point a clearance becomes unsafe, the entire operation stops. The Chinook is repositioned, the issue is resolved, loading resumes. Once the Chinook reaches its designated position, the exact spot determined by the load plan, the tow bar is disconnected and the securing process begins. This is where the loadmasters earn their pay. The Chinook is secured using heavy-duty chains, tie-down devices, and sometimes custom-fabricated restraints. Each chain is rated for a specific load. The arrangement must resist forces in all directions. The technical requirement is that cargo must withstand 3 Gs forward, 1.5 Gs aft, 1.5 Gs lateral, and 2 Gs downward. Every chain is tensioned with binders and inspected. If a second Chinook is being loaded, the entire process repeats from the rear cargo doors. The second helicopter positions behind the first. Both face the same direction with folded pylons carefully staggered. When both helicopters are secured, remaining space is used for palletized cargo, rotor blade containers, support equipment, deployment kits. When you see it complete, 2 full-size Chinook helicopters sitting inside the belly of one airplane, it's one of those visuals that reminds you just how extraordinary military logistics can be. With the cargo secured and weight and balance verified one final time, the C-5 is ready for departure. The crew, 2 pilots, 2 flight engineers, and the loadmasters run through their checklists, and the fully loaded Galaxy takes to the sky. A typical deployment mission might take a C-5 from Dover Air Force Base, Delaware, across the Atlantic to Ramstein Air Base, Germany, or further east to a forward staging base. With aerial refueling, the C-5M has essentially unlimited range, though most missions include planned stops for crew rest and fuel. During flight, loadmasters periodically check the cargo, inspecting chains for loosening due to vibration, checking for fluid leaks from the Chinooks, monitoring the overall condition of the load. Upon arrival, the process reverses. The nose visor opens, the ramps deploy. The Chinooks are carefully extracted and towed to a designated area. Reassembly begins, rotor blades are reattached, pylons are unfolded and reconnected, systems are tested. Within 24 to 72 hours, those Chinooks are mission-capable and ready to fly in theater. From a maintenance bay in the United States to operational readiness on the other side of the world. In days, not weeks. What we've described today with the Chinook is just one example of what the C-5 Galaxy does routinely. This aircraft has carried M1 Abrams tanks, mobile bridges, field hospitals, satellite components, humanitarian supplies to every corner of the globe. During the initial stages of Operation Iraqi Freedom, C-5s moved an unprecedented volume of outsized cargo in a matter of weeks. But the Chinook mission is special because it represents the ultimate nesting doll of military capability. An aircraft inside an aircraft, heavy lift within heavy lift, projection of power at its most literal. And behind every one of these missions are the loadmasters, maintenance crews, load planners, air crew, and logistics specialists who make the impossible look routine. These are the people who measure in inches, calculate in pounds, and execute with zero margin for error. The next time you see a Chinook thundering over a battlefield or delivering relief supplies to a disaster zone thousands of miles from home, remember, it might have gotten there in the belly of a Galaxy. If you found this breakdown fascinating, you're exactly the kind of person who belongs in our community. Head over to JETWHIZ, that's JETWHIZ, where we go deep on military aviation, aerospace logistics, and the incredible machines that keep the world turning. We've got more content like this, exclusive breakdowns, and a growing community of aviation enthusiasts who live for the details. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, and check out JETWHIZ for the full experience. Because in aviation, the details aren't just interesting, they're everything.